A very good afternoon to everyone. It gives me, immense pleasure today to welcome you all to this insightful webinar organized by the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of the ICAI. My dear friends, I believe that today's session is yet another well curated initiative, focusing on a highly relevant and a contemporary theme, I would say, integration with technology, leveraging AI, and practical exposure to various tools like Excel and Power BI that are used in our day-to-day professional practices. So this webinar, rightly bears the title "Bytes and Balance Sheet: Tech Skills for Modern CAs." So, having said this, at the outset, let me take this moment to acknowledge the distinguished presence of our dynamic chairperson of the committee, CA Jay Chaira sir. So, thank you so much for joining us today, and I wholeheartedly welcome you to this session, sir. My dear friends, let me further take this moment to cordially welcome our esteemed speakers for the day, CA Prabhav Kumar Agarwal sir and C. Alok Sethi sir, who would bring a prolific knowledge and experience, in harnessing digital tools to drive transformation in our professional practices. So, Prabhav sir and Alok sir, thank you so much for joining us today,
Thank you.
and we look forward for your wonderful session ahead. Uh, with this, before we delve into the core and heart of the session, may I respectfully request the chairperson of the committee, C. Jay Chaira sir, to deliver his inaugural address.
Thank you, Chandni. A very good morning to all of you, and warm welcome to the second program of this Professional Skills Enrichment Committee. 2 days back, we had a wonderful program on TikTok and Think, that is about time management as well as mind management. And in the series, we are continuing with it, the second program of this committee, and we are going to have many programs covering all the various professional skills which are utmost essential for chartered accountants. So today, what we are going to look at is about technology. Now, today's topic is very relevant. The topic selection has been done very keeping in mind the requirements of chartered accountant, and the same is with the speakers. We have selected the best speakers. Welcome, CA Prabhav Agarwala ji and Alok Sethi ji. Today we have two wonderful speakers who are going to enlighten us on this beautiful topics of bytes and balance sheets. Because, while balance sheets are important for chartered accountant, bytes are also very much important. And how, we can have coordination, how we can harmonize and do work in a better way, how professionally we can do something better. That is the theme of this today's program. It's a very fast changing world, Chandni, in terms of technology. It's going like anything. You learn something and it is obsolete, right? Something new comes in. Now, sometimes people feel it is a threat, but I look at it as an opportunity. As chartered accountants, Prabhavji, you will agree with me that, when it comes to new technology, people require a mind which can very fast, brains which are very fast to accept, adopt, right? And I think chartered accountant minds, brains are built for that. Not everybody can handle that. So technology, I think, rather than threat, is a wonderful opportunity for chartered accountants. See, in terms of technology, we can take the advantage of technology for the betterment of our office, right? Maybe rather than relying on 10 staff, at times, technology might take care of all the routine procedural work and make the staff free for something better. Similarly, better utilization of that will increase our productivity, will make free. Fortunately, I'm chairman of another committee, work-life balance committee. If the technology is used well, we can utilize our time for some other things also. And there can be a wonderful balance in work and life. Not only that, one very important, Prabhavji, you may take care of that while you talk about it. This is one very wonderful opportunity. It is not that we are consultants only in GST or in company law or in audit. In that, we have proved the world what we are. But I believe that in the times to come, we can be consultants in the field of technology. We can provide SOPs, we can provide, software support. And while some chartered accountant might think about it, how can I do that? But friends, believe me, we are not required to go for coding. We are not required to go into all these things. If we learn Python, Java, and all these things, that is wonderful. But even without learning that, if you look at the entire systems world, the most important thing is requirement analysis. Understanding what is the data required, understanding how, from which sources to get, what is the frequency, who should get it should pass from which place to another. And believe me, none another than auditor can understand it well. And we are auditors. We have been. Audit is in our DNA. Audit is in our DNA. The only thing is that rather than doing something manual, we have to start thinking in technical terms. A basic understanding of technology would suffice, and then we can hire people and take the advantage of that, right? And today in the world of AI, now I am sure AI is looking after even codification and all these things. You don't even have to go into the codes of that. So how we can support our clients, how we can be real consultants, and here it is real value addition, and that means better fees. So I think these are some very important aspects. I'm sure we have two wonderful speakers on this particular topic and much knowledgeable than what I am in this particular field. So members will be more willing to listen to them. So happy learning to all of you, and special thanks to our secretary, Dr. Sambit Mishra ji, who is the backbone of this committee, who keeps on relentlessly working and planning for this particular programs. Thank you, Sambit ji. Thank you, Chandni, for being part of this. And thanks once again, Prabhav ji and Alok ji. And now back to Chandni. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. That was, really an inspiring message, I would say, and sir, for always steering initiatives that focus on equipping members with future-ready skills, sir. Sir, truly, you have rightly remarked that this is a relevant and a timely webinar, because these days, sir, collapsing with technology, I feel, is not just an option; it has become essential so that we can work smarter and deliver faster and lead in this tech enabled world. So sir, thank you so much for joining us today, and with this, sir, thank you for your heartening words for the members, sir. My dear friends, as we move ahead, may I take this opportunity to introduce our speakers for the technical sessions. So, our speaker for the first technical session, C. Prabhav Kumar Agarwala sir. Well, C. Prabhav Kumar Agarwala sir is a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India and a qualified company secretary. He has successfully completed a Python certification from IIT Madras. He also holds a diploma in international financial reporting from ACCA UK, a diploma in information systems audit, and an AICA level 1 certification in AI. These qualifications highlight, his strong foundation in finance systems and emerging technologies. His professional journey is distinguished by national accolades, having won awards at various national conventions for CA students and emerging as a finalist in ICAI AI Committee's Hackathon Season 2 2025. His expertise spans RPA, cybersecurity, and digital consultancy. CA Prabhav Kumar Agarwala sir is actively involved as a faculty member for AICA Level 1 batches and regularly conducts sessions in CPE seminars for ICI members, contributing to the upskilling of professionals in the finance and audit domain. With these brief words, I once again welcome CA Prabhav Kumar Agarwala sir. So thank you so much for joining us today. May I further take this opportunity to introduce our second speaker for the technical session, C. Alok Sethi sir. Well, C. Alok Sethi sir is a highly accomplished chartered accountant and a company secretary, widely recognized as a global corporate trainer. He has over a decade of experience specializing in training and development across banking, financial services, insurance, and multiple technical domains. He has delivered impactful training programs aimed at empowering professionals and enhancing organizational productivity through workplace automation, financial literacy, data analytics, and strategic problem solving. As a dynamic speaker and thought leader, he has successfully aligned corporate learning initiatives with business goals, ensuring tangible results and improved performance outcomes. He has expertise in structuring, drafting, and negotiating agreements to mitigate risk and protect business interest. He further has expertise in advanced Excel, financial forecasting, P&L interpretation, and valuation models like DCF and CAPM. He has a comprehensive knowledge and has delivered sessions on income tax, GST amendments, and case laws. He is skilled in drafting and reviewing legal documents, focusing on accuracy, compliance, and alignment with organizational goals. He is proficient in VBA, Power Query, and integrating Excel with AI and Power Automate for task optimization. With these very brief words, I welcome C. Alok Sethi sir to this session. And may I now request our first speaker for the day, CA Prabha Kumar Agarwala sir, to commence his session.
Thank you so much, Nandiji, for such a warm introduction. I hope I am audible, and now I'll just share my screen. Yeah, I hope my screen is now visible and you are able to hear me as well.
Yes, sir, perfect.
Yes. Great. Okay. So today's session is all about, as I think Jay sir rightly said, that it is about bytes and balance sheet. Balance sheet is important, and so is now the bytes are important for a chartered accountant. And he rightly pointed out that, now we can be, apart from taxation, auditing, finance consultancy and all, now we can also provide digital consultancy to our client, because now everything has become, like, just with simple text you can generate outputs, even apps, websites, anything. It's just become text to app, text to website generation. So everything has come through the art of NLP, right? So uh, you know now very well we can elaborate our practices into digital consultancy as well, right? So today, let's start with the first topic, wherein I'll try to cover how we can simplify the analysis of balance sheets, and even prepare our financials through the use of tools like Excel. So first use case which I'll be taking about is the use of Power Query. So Excel introduced this new feature of Power Query, wherein there was there was one problem, wherein if we had imported any data from any other file in Excel, like we import data, let's say from Excel, any other Excel file, or let's say from any other Tally data, if we used to import any other file into Excel, if there is a change in the raw file, this file was not automatically updated. Right? Supposingly, I want a consolidation of financials, or let us say I am having multiple branches at multiple locations. So I have one financials for the head office and other financials for the branch account. Let's say two couple of financials for the branch account. So let's say I import all the three data from three different Excel file into a single Excel file, and let's say create a pivot and do analysis. So what used to happen if there was some change in the original Excel file, right? This file would not by itself change. So I need to again, do the processing, correct the changes, and do the repetitive stuff again. Now with the help of Power Query, what they have done is, whenever we use Power Query to import any data into Excel, if there is a change in the original file, that change will automatically be reflected in this Excel sheet as well. So here I have a demonstration. You can see I have one folder. I'll just show you. So here I have a folder to demonstrate the Power Query, where I have a head office trial balance. This is the head office trial balance here. So it's a head office trial balance, and there are some line items here, let's say 82 line items. I also have a trial balance of a branch and another trial balance of another branch. So two branch I have a trial balance of, and I also have a trial balance of the head office. Now I want all these trial balance in a single file, and I want to do the analysis here in this file. So let us say I'll save this file as a consolidated file. So I'll just save this file here as a consolidated file, and I want all the files imported from that, from the individual trial balance. I want this in a consolidated file. So I'll just mark it as consolidated trial. So I'll just save this file, and here I have this as consolidated trial now. To use the Power Query feature, we'll go to this data option here, click on get data, click on from file, and we'll select the folder from where we want to get the trial balance. So here what I've done is I've selected from the folder, and you can see I have this that data in this folder, head office branch data. So I'll just open it, and you can see that it is now connecting to that folder, and it will import all the three files. So I had couple of branches, trial balance for two of the branch offices, and one trial balance is there for the head office. So I have three trial balances here shown. Now I will just combine and transform data. I'll click on the combine and transform data option. So now it is using Power Query to import all the data. So here you can see that the data is imported. Now my data is in sheet 1. So you can see that there are three files, there are four files in total: trial balance 1, trial balance 2, and all of the sheet 1 has the data, the trial balance data for all, trial balance 2. So I have all the sheets here. So what I'll do is I'll just select the sheet, and I'll just click on OK. So what it is going to do, it will import all the sheets having the trial balances into one single sheet, that is the consolidated trial here. So it's just loading here, and I have the Power Query editor over here, which will give me a format. You can see trial balance branch 1 is there. Then we have trial balance for branch 2. And then if we scroll down, we'll have balance for the head office also. So here you can see we have about 680 plus line items. So I'll just close it, and I'll just click on close and load. So all the data from these three trial balances will be loaded into the single sheet. Now all the data here have been loaded into a single sheet from the three Excel file which I told you earlier. Now the beauty of using Power Query is, now whenever there will be any edit in the raw Excel file, it will automatically be updated here. It will automatically be updated here. You can see there are about 682 line items, and if I change anything in the original file, it will automatically update. Now this type of technology can be used to automate the process of creating my financials. How I can automate, I'll show you now. Now from this year onwards, we are all aware that any financials we are making, whether it is for a corporate entity or for a non-corporate entity, we have to create a subnote, and it will be in a vertical format. So we have to create all the subnotes, and then we have to do the total of all the items and then present it into the financial. So whether it is for a corporate entity or a non-corporate entity, financials will be prepared like Schedule 3 format only, right? So what I can do, I can simply go to this sheet and automate this process. So I'll do what? I'll just check the different expenses, what are there. So suppose I have indirect expenses. So what I will do, I will use a simple function known as a filter function. Now this filter function is available only in Excel 2021 version and Office 365 version. So only these two versions of Excel now have this filter functions, right? So I'll use this filter function. I'll explain you the syntax also of the filter function. And you can see here we have the head office trial data. Now how I will try to automate the preparation of, the process of preparing the financial statement. So here you can see I want these different items under this group, indirect expenses, so that I can create a subnote out of it, and this total can be taken to my original financials. So what I will do, I'll click on filter, and the syntax I will just explain in a moment. So I'll just select the data. I need the name of the ledger. So I've just selected the name of the ledger, and I need all the indirect expenses. So what I will do is I'll just click on this equals indirect expenses. Click this and I'll press enter. So you can see whatever indirect expenses are there in this trial balance, all of the indirect expenses are loaded here. There are 216 line items. So out of this, my head office branch consolidated data has about 216 items which relate to indirect expenses, and all of them are listed here. Right. Similarly, I can import the amount also. So again, I'll just explain the syntax also, but I'll just first get the data from here. So again, I'll use the filter function. I'll click on the amount now. I just need the amount, comma, and I'll use parent equal indirect expenses. So here I have the amount also. So I have different amounts here, and I have all the note, the subnote of all of indirect expenses is ready. And the best part is, whenever there will be any change in the original head office branch detail, this file and this subnote will automatically be updated. So I'll first show you the demo, and then I'll explain the syntax of the filter function. So here you have, I'll just show you, supposingly in the head office. Supposingly in the head office file, I'll introduce a new expense. So there is auditor fee, there is repair and maintenance. Suppose I will just have a new expense here. Let us say staff welfare expense. Suppose it is again an indirect expense, and I will enter, let us say, 22,000 rupees. And I'll make a modification in the auditor fee. It was 50,000 here. I'll just make it 1,50,000. I'll just save this file, and you can see whenever since I have edited this original file, the file here will automatically be updated. So you can see if we just click on refresh here, so you can see the auditor fees is changed to 1,50,000 from 50,000, and we have a new entry here, staff welfare expense amounting to 22,000. Now let us look at the subnotes which I had prepared, indirect expense. So you can see here, over there, you can see we have a staff welfare note coming in this 22,000, and we have an auditor fees here of 1,50,000. So in this way, I can create a real-time dashboards, real-time reporting using this advanced feature called Power Query, right? This data that I have now imported manually, in the Excel file, can be imported directly from accounting software like Tally also into Excel using the Power Query. So what I can do, I can have accounts, which is prepared in a maybe on a real-time basis, or on not on a real-time basis. So what I can do is I can have my data imported from Tally into Excel, and then I can have all these Excel file integrated into one single consolidated dashboard. And this, if we do it using Power Query, it will create a real-time automation and real-time update feature over here. So this is one way in which we can use Excel to, automate the process of this. Now I'll explain you the filter function syntax which I've used to, create this. So basically, filter function was a new function introduced from Microsoft Office 2021 version, which has a syntax like equal filter. The first thing is what do you want, and the second thing is if criteria matches, right? So supposingly I want all the name of the indirect expenses if the parent name is matching indirect expenses. So what I did it, I first clicked that from this range, the complete range of 680 plus line items, whenever the parent name is matching indirect expenses, I want the corresponding name of the ledger. So filter function, again, I'll tell what it does. It from a range of data, it will tell you that I want this particular information if this condition is satisfied. So what I've done, I've selected the entire consolidated file, and I've told that I need the name of the ledger if the parent name is equal to indirect expense. So similarly, I can create sundry debtors note, I can create a sundry creditor note, I can create all the inventory items, I can create all the detail, purchases, all detail I can create. So I can create subnotes of different items using the same criteria. And similarly, I've imposed the similar criteria here in case of the amount. So equal, if out of that array, I need the amount I need the amount, the balance, if my parent group is equal to indirect expenses. So when we'll do for other part, let's say for sales, for expenses, for any other expense, or sundry data for creditor, we simply need to create a, you know, name of the subnode, the node for which the header of the node, like say for example sundry debtors, and we can again use the filter function to, get all the data from this consolidated file, right? So this is the syntax of the filter function which I explained you now. Now, one more feature I'll explain in Excel how you can integrate artificial intelligence, and that can really help you do analysis. So here, basically 2019 and above, Excel has this option here called add-ins. So you can, install customized add-ins also. This is available from 2019 onwards. And you have an option if you search Chat GPT for Excel. So you will have this add-in. This add-in is by a company known as Do Wonder LLC. So Do Wonder LLC company has, this Chat GPT for Excel. It is free for a certain prompts that would suffice your task. And what it will do is it will basically integrate AI into your Excel. So now when AI is integrated into your Excel, a lot of the tasks can be done easily using that AI. Say for example, I have a statement written. I want some data extraction from my Excel. Let's say I have a statement written like, please send your details to Mr. Amit at, let us say, abc@gmail. So I have this statement written. Now from this statement, I want to extract the person's name, and then I want to extract, let us say, email ID. So when I've installed this add-in into my Excel, the Chat GPT for Excel add-in, so here I will now have an additional function. So when I now click equal AI, so here you have a long list of functions which will now be added. So if you do it without installing this add-in, you will not get these functions. But when you install this add-in, now you have these extra functions from which you can integrate AI and get details. So first, I will use this AI extract function, sorry, AI.extract, and I'll select this. I want to extract data from this part, and I want to, let's say, extract, let's say, email ID, and I'll click enter. So you can see it will run. So this busy is denoting that this is extracting, the AI is extracting the output, and you can see you have data extracted abc@gmail.com. Now you can also use AI.extract, and you can take this and you can extract, let us say, the name. So here it is running, and you can say Amit, the name is extracted. So this feature is there wherein you can, extract data from a particular, you know, line or anything, any information you want a particular item to be extracted, it will do the job for you. Now, one practical case wherein, this was suggested to me while taking the AICA batches by one of the chartered accountants is whenever, like, say, for example, we are doing any compliance, like, for example, TDS compliances. So we have to file TDS returns. So in that TDS return, we have to look at the PAN number and we have to fill a particular code. Say, for example, I have a PAN here. I'll just put any random PAN over here. So I've put a random PAN here. Now looking at this PAN, I need to extract a code. So if this is a individual, since it is an individual PAN, because we can see the fourth letter is P, now I need to fill the code here as 1. So for individual in TDS returns, when you file TDS returns, if you have an individual, you require a code 1. You require code 1. You have to fill code 1. You have to fill the code here as 1. If it is a HUF, you have to fill the code as 3. If it is, let's say, a firm, you have to fill code 5. So likewise, and so on and so forth, you have different code for different entities. So earlier, traditionally what we used to do is we used to look at the PAN number, select, fourth letter is P. So since it is P, it refers to individual. So I will manually enter this code. So doing this manually, there will be, if supposedly there are 800 line items, so high chances that are there that we might do some error, or our staff might do some error. So this type of analysis now can be easy, simplified using the AI. So what I have done is I've used this AI.ask feature. So whenever I will ask anything, basically it will use the LLM model to give me an answer, right? So here I have already, this prompt written equal AI dot ask. I want a formula. So what I've done is I have this prompt written. So I want a formula that will identify the fourth letter of this range. So I've just defined the range as A3, and if it is a P, it should return 1. If it is F, it should return 5. If it is H, it should return 3. So I'll just close it and I'll press enter, and I'll let the GPT run and get an answer for me. So here if you see, it has given me certain explanation and it has given me a formula. So if I simply write that please give a formula, it will give me explanation also as well as the formula also. So I will just define my prompt. I've just written AI.ask. I've just copied this prompt that I want a formula which will identify the fourth letter of this range, and if it is P, it should return 1. If it is F, it should return 5. If it is H, it should return 3. I don't need explanation. Just give me the formula, right? I've just closed the text and I've defined the range. When I press enter now, you can see I'll just get the direct formula. So this is the direct formula it has given to me. So I'll just copy this, simply do a paste special. So I have a formula now ready. So now I think cell number is A1, so I need to change it to A3. I'll just change it to A3. And I'll press enter. So you can see that this is A1. Okay. Now if I, yeah, okay. Now if I do one thing, just a second. If I just change this PAN number and if I now make the fourth letter as F, I should get a 5 code here. If I now just make it, let us say H, I should get a 3 code here. So you can see now this AI has given me a formula which I can use to get the desired output. I can also ask the AI to give me a direct output rather than giving me the formula. So what I'll do is I'll simply use this AI.ask feature. I'll give a prompt that this prompt. So I've just copied the prompt. I want you to identify the fourth letter from this range. And if it is P, it should return 1. If it is F, it should return 5. If it is H, it should return 3. I don't need any explanation. Just give me the result. So now my prompt I have given, I have not asked it to give me a formula. I have asked it to give the direct result. And I've selected the range and I'll just close it and I'll press enter. So now it will run the code and it will give me a result. So I think there's some issue. I'll just it is 1. If it is H, it is giving me 1. I have to change the prompt. I want to edit the maybe some prompt it is not identified. If it is F, it should give. I think it's not giving the correct output right now, but I've tried this experiment in a lot of the batches and it generally tends to give the correct output, correct analysis. So maybe you just need to refine the prompt. So this AI feature now will give you the analysis also. It has other couple of features also. Suppose I have a customer feedback. I have a customer feedback and I need a output from the same. Suppose I have a customer feedback. I want to do an analysis. Suppose the product is amazing. And I say the product is not defective. Suppose I have written this. I now want my AI model to make a choice. I want my AI model to make a choice if the review is good or bad. I want to just my AI model to make a choice whether this feedback particularly here is good or bad. So it will do a choice for me that this product is here, the review is good. It will analyze this review is bad. So it can do a choice also, decision analysis also, right? It can create tables also, AI dot table if I use. So this type of analysis you can do. Suppose I'll say, give me list of all Sundays in April 2025. So just close the prompt, give an enter, and it will create a table for me giving the data, right? So you can use this tool, you can integrate AI into this, and it is a wonderful tool. It solves a lot of your purpose. It can help you ease your compliances also, right? And so this was my second tool, how you can integrate AI into the Excel, right? Now I'll take up the third use case wherein I will show how you can, automate certain compliances using your AI, right? You can automate certain compliances while you are there. It can be anything, creation of a particular audit documentation or a particular agreement or a contractual work. What I'll do here, I'll just show you how we can do it. So I'll have just used this tool called Gemini AI. You can just go here, gemini.google.com. So this is a wonderful tool which can help you automate a lot of your repetitive work, be it of, if you want to create some documentation, or you want to create, you know, you want to reply your emails or any other stuff. So it will help, this AI tool will help you do the same. So suppose I'll first show you with the email. So I'll just click on @Gmail. So how you can use this feature, just you need to use @ and you can use which of the app of the Google you want to interact with. So I'll just select Gmail. Please show me the last 5 important working mails. So I'll have the list. I'm asking it to extract the important 5 working mails from Gmail. So it's just connecting and it will give me the 5 important working emails which I had. And now after that, I can even ask it to draft a reply for the same, right? In the meanwhile, I'll just show you one more feature that this can do. So in my Google Drive, while you have, as a practicing chartered accountants, we need to prepare a lot of audit documentation, and it's a repetitive task. Supposingly, I'll tell you, I'll just show you a use case wherein, supposingly, there is a confidentiality undertaking. So this, before commencing any audit, I have to take a confidentiality undertaking from all my staff that any information which is obtained during the audit will not be disclosed to any other third person. So I have to take this confidentiality undertaking from all of my staff, right? So one thing is I do this documentation manually. Second thing is I've just taken this template, confidentiality undertaking template, and I have uploaded into my Google Drive. I have uploaded this template in my Google Drive, or you can simply do it into your Google Docs also. So I've done both also. You can upload it in your Google Drive. You can simply create a Google Docs. This template is basically released by the institute. Now what I have done is I have asked it to use the Google Docs and create this template for my staff. So let's see if this is done. So yeah, you can see I have got my last 5 important emails from here. And I can, simply ask to draft a reply for any of the emails. So I can just ask, please draft professional reply to mail number. See, supposingly, I'll just see that. I'll draft, please help me draft a professional reply to mail number 3, and we'll draft a professional reply to mail number 3. So it has just drafted this. I can simply copy paste and go to my mail and respond it, right? So this way it can save a lot of time. You know, this AI tool can help us save a lot of time. And simply for this audit documentation part also, I'll just show you. I'll just use this Google Doc feature. So I'll just enter equals @ Google Docs. I'll just give the prompt that please fill the confidentiality undertaking for my staff Pankaj. He is an audit assistant. He will go to work for, let's say, Mithai Ventures Private Limited. Use the same template of confidentiality undertaking and make necessary changes and give me an updated template. So it will refer to the template which I have saved in Google Docs, and it will just read the template and it will update the template wherever there are placeholders. It will update it and give me an updated template for the same. So you can see it, updated template is given to me. I can simply copy paste in a Word file and I can get my desired output. And my audit documentation is ready, right? So here I can also refer to the independence. Similarly, I have independence declaration. Just refresh it. It's connected. You can just use at the rate Google Docs. Pretty sure. Okay. So right now it's not displaying this. So I'll just use Google Docs and I'll just give a prompt that now I want you to refer the independence declaration and now fill the form for my staff Pankaj. So similarly, I have independence declaration template stored in Google Docs. This template is again taken by Institute, and I've asked it to fill an independence form for my staff. He's an audit assistant. He will go to work for Mithai Ventures. Now this will automatically connect to Google Docs and it will give me an updated documentation template. Right. So this is how I cannot. So there's some problem here. So I'll just use the 2.5 flash version. Google Docs. 2.5 version works the best with all this analysis. 2 is a bit outdated. So here I have had this Google Docs answer this for me. So it will connect to my workspace and now it will generate a independence declaration also. So any sort of a agreement or a form which you use regularly, like any rent agreement or, stuff like that, I will not be able to help with this. This. Right now it is not giving me a reply, but I have this saved here, wherein you can see that it has given me a confidentiality undertaking. Similarly, I had um, the independence declaration also. So here I have an example. So this is my Google Docs. I've asked it to fill the independence declaration. So it just connects to the Google Doc. It will give me the agreement. So you can have a partnership deed, a rent agreement, or any other stuff like that, which can be linked to Google Docs, and you can automate the process of generating the same through your Gemini, right? So I believe if Mr. Alok is there, I'll just hand over. No, he's not there. Okay. So I have some time, so I can just take up some more use cases. Well, you can also do analysis, any sort of analysis, using your normal AI also. So like you can have your financials and you can create some visual dashboard also. So I'll just show you an example wherein you can use AI to create visual dashboard and stuff like that. So I'll just show you one example in Chat GPT. So what I've done is I've uploaded the financials and I've asked it to do certain analysis. So I've just uploaded the Reliance Industries Limited financials, and I've asked it to give a financial analysis of the same. So it will do the entire analysis. And if you read this report, if you read this PDF, it's like 150 plus pages PDF, and it does the analysis, any sort of analysis, which you require in a couple of minutes. So here you can see I have also asked it to create a ratio analysis. I mean, everyone here who is working in your company segment basically prepares different ratio tools in your company while you are preparing Schedule 3 financials. So you can use this to create this ratio analysis also, and wherever the variance is more than 25%, you can ask the AI itself to give the reply. So it will create a nice detailed reply for you, and along with the explanation why the ratios changes more than 25%. Right. So it has different tools. Even you can even create some visual charts also using the AI tools. Um, when if you want, I can use AI tools to basically check my legal compliances also. So if I just check the use cases, I can use it to check my legal compliances also. So if you see, suppose I have done this analysis here, wherein I have uploaded two balance sheet and I have asked it to actually do the comparative analysis. So this is a balance sheet of 2024, year ending 2024, and this is a balance sheet of year ending 2025. So I've uploaded both the balance sheets, and I've told it that, my 31st March 2025 balance sheet has a comparative figure of 31st March 2024 also. And I've told it that please act as a statutory auditor and do the comparative analysis, that you look at the balance sheet of 2025. It has a comparative figure of 2024 and compare it with this balance sheet. So it has done this comparative analysis also and given me a complete analysis of the same. So you can see there was one figure which was mismatch. Actually, it was mismatching because here inventory, you can see the actual figure in this balance sheet is 784, whereas the comparative figure, it was 748. So digits were interchanged. So I'll just show you that also once. So these are the two balance sheets which I had uploaded, and I've asked my AI to do a comparative analysis of both the balance sheets. So you can see here, everything is same. I've asked it to compare 31/3/2024 with this 31/3/2025. You can see everything here is same, except you can see the inventory figure here. Inventory figure. So here it is 748. In the comparative part, 31/3/2025, you can see that it is 2024, it is 748, but here it is 784. Remaining all figures are same. So it has identified that also, that okay, this is a mismatch, and this is the difference you are getting in this part. So all these type of analysis we can upload, maybe about 1,000 pages of a document, and ask it to give the analysis. It will give me an analysis within few seconds. I can create some visual dashboards using AI. I can do documentation, multiple documentation comparison. I can even ask it to check the certain legal compliances. So I'll show you that example. I have this significant accounting policy. So here you can see I have one significant accounting policy. So earlier we used to prepare the significant accounting policies only for companies, but now all the entities need to prepare the significant accounting policies. So now what I will do is I'll just upload this significant accounting policy. And I'll just give a prompt that you are a statutory auditor of a company. Please evaluate whether these accounting policies are as per accounting standards or not? Please suggest me any changes if required. So you can see I have uploaded one significant accounting policies. I have asked it to evaluate whether it is as per accounting standards, and I've asked it to tell me whether I need to change anything. So it has told me that there is one typo error. There is a PPF word used. It should be PPE. Done. Remaining AS 28 is complied. Leases are complied. Inventories, I purposefully made a deliberate mistake. You can see if you check this inventory part. So inventories I have used. Inventories are valued at lower of cost or net realizable value, and the method of valuation is LIFO. So as per the AS2, this method is not allowed. Only FIFO and weighted average method are allowed. So here it is given me a error that it is not compliant with AS2. LIFO is not permissible. Replace the FIFO or a weighted average method. It is a critical non-compliant. So other non-compliances are not major. Whatever it is giving me, just suggestive that you just check that whether current and long-term investment are with the policy or not. And for remaining AS compliance, it has told me that it is correct. So these type of legal compliances also, while preparing any balance sheet or any financials or any document, I can check that also. I can check that also, right? So yeah, I think now Mr. Alok is there. I'll like to hand over to him to continue the session ahead. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, you're audible. Hello.
Okay. So, thank you, Professional Skill Enrichment Committee, for having us here, and thank you, Prabha, for the deliberation. And now let us take the session forward, and I am going to discuss with you how actually we can present the visuals, the balance sheet and the P&L and the trial balance into a visual format to our clients, how we can do analysis, how AI can be used over here. So we are going to discuss on these parameters, and let me share my screen. So I'm going to use an application called as Power BI, which is a Microsoft product and which is free to use by anyone. So this is a very good application or software, I must say, for data visualization or converting a data into a visual format. So wherein you can actually work along with the data set and create some good visuals around it. So I'm just sharing my screen. We are going to work on with the data. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
No, screen is not visible.
Is it visible, sir, now?
Now it's coming. It's visible. Now it's
Oh,
visible.
okay, sir. Okay. So this is the Power BI application. When we open this application, it will ask us to connect to a data source. So the data can be from Excel or SQL. Since most of us deal with the Excel files only, so we will take an example of Excel only. I have downloaded one trial balance. I think Prabhu was taking you through that same, or we are going to use the same file. So I'll just select Excel over here. And now it will ask me to fetch the Excel report. So I'm putting the trial balance over here. And we will see how from the trial balance in a tabular format, we can create some visuals or we can do some analysis or grouping. So this will help us in moving from the traditional approach to a modern approach of using the tools, the application, which is the need of the hour. So now you see that the data is getting loaded and we have sheet 1 and query 13. So if we click on sheet 1, it will display the ledgers and the parent and the balance. Okay, so all the ledgers and their balances are appearing over here. And you can see the ledgers are sales, indirect expenses, creditors, debtors, and all these things, right? So now what we can do is we can directly load this data. So we are going to load this data into Power BI. This tool, for those who are new to Power BI, I'll just give you one example of how you can download this and use it because people might not have it yet. So you just on the Google, you have to write Microsoft Power BI desktop application. It will open the Power BI file sheet and you will go to that website and you can download it from here. Okay, so this is just for the beginners who are new to Power BI. You can download this application, install it, and as we open Excel or any other application, we can also open Power BI also. So when you type BI in your browser, in your Windows, you will be able to see this application and we can use it. Now, so once the data is loaded, now this is the interface of Power BI where you see we have some tabs as we have in Excel, home, insert, modeling, and all. And here is the canvas area where we can build reports. Okay. So which is blank right now, but I'm going to show you how we can build reports. This is the panel through which we can have different icons over here, and this is the data set. So the data which I imported, it is already appearing over here. It is already appearing over here. Now we will go to the data table and we will see the data, what it is there. So we have the sales data and the parent and the balance. So now you will see there are 300 rows of data. It is 300 rows of data and some extract or some balances are there. Now I want to see the total sales or I want to see the total creditors or debtors or I want to compare what are the different balances of debtors. What I can do is I can just put a simple card over here and you will see a simple card has come. It is blank right now, but we'll put some balance over here. Okay. So I'll select balance and you will see a balance coming up, which is 7.62. But this balance is the total of all the balances because we do not have any bifurcation as to the ledger or the grouping, right? So it is showing the balance. But we want to see the balance for creditor, debtor, and all these things, right? So we will put a slicer or a filter, and we will filter on the basis of parent. So see how easy it becomes when even you don't know formulas and this thing. We just simply click on sales, and you will see that the balance is coming is 5.1416 million. It is the sales. When we click on debtors, it will show debtors balance. When we click on creditors, it will show creditors balance. When we click on indirect expenses, it will show indirect expenses, right? Now, suppose I want to have the table for the debtors or the expenses. I want to analyze the expenses. I can create a table also here. And in this table, we will have the expenses. We will take the name. We will take the parent. So the parent means the group. Okay, so I've selected expenses, it is showing only indirect expense. Now it is showing all the expenses, all the categories which I have. So it is showing indirect expenses, it is showing sales, creditors, debtors. Okay, and I will put the balance also. I'll put the balance also there in the same table. So now with each expense, I have the balances as well. Okay, so this is the indirect expense, this is the sales, this is the creditor, and this is the debtor. We started with a simple data which was in a tabular format, but it was not formatted. Now, in some of the cases, you are seeing the debit, the minus balance for the debtors. It may be advanced received from debtors, right? So we have this detail. Now, what all we can do with this uh, data set? Okay. Now, since we have a limited data in the trial balance, let me add one more file to it. Now, suppose you want to add more data, what you can do is you can again go back to this get data and we can click on Excel. And I have one more trial balance that also I will include. So you can quickly summarize any data without actually using formulas, and we'll show you, I'll show you how to create the graphs and all these things. Now we have different data set here, which also has debtors, creditors, and some ledger balances, right? And we can use that data also. Now, let me show you some more things, how actually we can work around. Now, suppose you want to see the top 5 debtors. Okay. So I'll go to a new page. Now, with this data, we want only the debtors, right? So we will go to insert a visual gallery. We will insert a column chart and I want to see the debtors. So I'll select the name. It will show me all the ledgers. It will show me all the ledgers. I'll select the parent also and the balances. Okay, now you see a chart coming up, but it is showing me everything. So again, to filter the things that I need, I will put a slicer. I'll put a slicer over here. And now we want to see only the debtors. Okay. And what is the balance? Who are the top 10 debtors or bottom 10, whatever. So we will select the parent here because we want to filter on the parent. So in the slicer or the filter, we can select the parent. And now I'll select debtors. Now you see a chart has come. Okay, you can see a visual has come, right? And it is showing me that Sumit is the debtor whom we owe 1,60,000 balance. Then we have Amit, then we have Yogesh, Kamal, and these bars which are coming on the left hand side or the zero axis of the left, they are negative balances. So maybe they are advances. Okay, so this is how you can visually present the data that you have. Now, suppose out of these, I want to have only top 3 or top 5. So again, I can use a filter over here. So again, I'll go to format this visual and I will open the filter. And what I want to filter is I want to filter the data based on the balances. So filter. And now it is showing everything, right? But I want to see only the debtors. So I will filter debtors. There are 47 debtors you can see. Now, instead of basic filtering, we can say top N. Okay. And top N in the top 3, I want to see. On what basis I want to see? I want to see basis the balances. So add fill here. So we will go to data tab and we will add the balance over here. And we'll apply the filter. Now, once the filter is applied to the visual, you will see only those particular items coming up. So let me just, so in the name, yeah, so I want to apply the filter on the name. Yes. So instead of the parent, I will select the filter on the name. So top N and top, let me remove that filter. So I want to see the top 3 names based on the balance that they have. Now let me apply this filter. And you see, we have Sunit, Amit, and Yogesh. Okay. So this is how you can present the data in a visual format. Now let me take one more example with you. And let me take a database which has some more data because this is a limited data that we were working on. But let's say you have the sales register or you have the purchase ledger or you have the different things. So I'll take an example of a uh, sales book where we are dealing with any. online e-commerce company, okay, which has a record of 4 5 years of sales, and you want to give the analysis of how the business is going, which segment is giving more profit, which product is giving more profit, and you want to do get into business consultancy. So we are going to work on that data set, and this will get going to help you in getting to a new domain for your practice. That is data analysis, or you can say business consultancy. So I'm going to use a sample data over here. So when you install Power BI, you will see an option of using a sample data. So we can click on sample data over here. I will just close this one, uh, which we showed you using the trail balance. Now, the more data you have, the better it will be for the analysis, right? So I'm going to use the data which is provided by Power BI in it. So I just call it as file balance. Okay. Now, let me work on the sample data and show you how we can use it. So I click on sample data and I load the sample data. Now I will select connection and I will go to transform data. Now, see, the data has been loaded. The data is already loaded, right? Now, I'll just walk you what is the data, what the data is. Okay. And then we can work on this data. So it is a sales data. So we can see that we have sales column, we have COGS, we have profit, we have date, right? Month, year, and we also have segment, country, product, discount band. Now, generally the client has this kind of data in their business when they are dealing in multiple products or multiple clients. Okay. Or we can use it in the same in our practice management also. When we are dealing with our own clients, we can have the number of clients taking different services. So you can create your own dashboard and see how your business is doing. So I'll just give you an example of how we can work and how beautiful it will come out. So I will load this data to Power BI now. So now the data is going to be imported into Power BI. Now, once the data is loaded, we will have a display of the data here on the right hand side panel, and there are four icons over here. So now the data is loaded. You can see we have the financials. All the columns are coming over here. Now, when I go to the table view gives us the entire view of the data, which is in a tabular format. So we have all these things. What it is, I need to summarize the data or I want to present this data in a graphical format. So I'll just show you what all we can do with this data, right? It is a 700 rows data. Now, when I come to this report view, we can create some reports. Okay. So I'm going to create a KPI for the management. So let me call it as a KPI. So I'll insert a title to our report and I will call it as key performance indicators. So we will create PNL in a different format, in a visual format, which will be appealing. That is what the to uh, make members techno savvy and to highlight how technology can be a game changer when you know different tools, how you can present this data in a different format. So far, we have been working only with tables. Now you will see some visuals over here. So the key performance indicators, what I want is I have four columns. I have units sold, I have the sales, I have the profit. I want to see the total units sold. Okay. So in Excel, we will give a formula of sum and then we will get the sum. Here, we don't have to do anything. We just have to select a card. So I'll select this card and I have to just put the units sold here. And we see the number is 1 million. That means there is total sales in unit is 1 million. Okay. If I want to see the exact number, I can go to the format callout value and I can have the exact number. So it is 11,25,806. If I want to have million with decimal, two decimal digits, so we can put the decimal up to two digits. So it is 1.13 million. Okay. Now I'll copy this card and I paste it. Along with this unit sold, I want to see the sales also. So this is the number which I got. I want the sales also. So I'll drag this card. And now in this card, I'm going to put sales. And you can see the sales is 118.73 million. Now I want to see the profit as well. So again, I will put profit instead of sales. And we can see the profit as well. We can see the profit as well, right? And now I want to see what is the discount that we are what is the discount that we are offering. What is the discount that we are offering? We want to see that. So we will just put the discount. So these are the KPIs. Okay, these are the KPIs which you see. Now let me show you some more details about it. So we want to see the country-wise sales. So we can select a visual, let's say a pie chart, and I want to have a country-wise sales. So I'll put country and I'll put sales. And can we see that we have the display on a pie chart of different countries and what is the sales? So we can say that blue color is represented by Canada. Then we can have the labels also. So I just put all the labels and the country also in the labels. So I want to add all the details. So here now we don't want these legends. We don't require the legend, but we can see the details on the chart. So we can see that Mexico is contributing to 17% of the sales. Germany is contributing to 19%. France is contributing 20%, and so on and so forth. Right? Now, the best part about Power BI is that it is interactive. You might think that's all this we can do in the Excel also. So what is great in Power BI? Now let me tell you one great feature of this. Let me introduce one more chart, which is a column chart. And here I'm going to put multiple variables. So on the x-axis, I want to put the product wise sales. I'll select product. On the column y-axis, I'll put sales again. In the y line axis, I'll put the profit. Okay. Now, and in the column legend, I can again put product so that the column gets different. Or we can put uh, the, the country. Now, what do you see is that for each product, for each product, what is the sales for in each country? Okay, so which country has the highest sales? So the for the PCU, the highest sale is coming from USA, and the lowest sale is coming from Germany. Similarly, for VTT, we can see that PCU is the highest selling product, the top selling product, and the lowest selling product is, you can say, Montana. Okay. So this is how you can do analysis, and this line is actually the profit line. So we can see the highest profit is being generated by passive, but the lowest is here. Below. These are different charts which we can create. Now, how this is dynamic, okay, or how we can play around with this data. So I'll put a slicer now, and we want to analyze this among different regions. So the data that I'm using has different regions. So now let me add a filter for this entire data, and I want to filter the data for different regions. So I'll add the regions over here, or let's say we are having different segments. So I'll filter the data based on segments. Now, see, now this is the best part of this entire exercise that we are doing. I'm showing you. So now we have different segments like channel partners, enterprise, government, different categories of buyers. Now I want to understand how much business I'm getting from government. I'll click on government, and you will see the entire chart has changed. The numbers have changed, the pie chart has changed, everything has changed. When enterprise, it is showing that we are incurring a loss in the enterprise segment. When we click on channel partner, again we see that the profits are declining. When we click on small business, we can again see what is the profit for category of sales we are doing in small business or mid market. So this is a dynamic presentation, okay, and this is how we are going ahead. Okay. Now I can also discuss you the how AI can be used here. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay. Now I will click on AI visuals. Okay, a question answer form, and see how technology or AI basically can help us in understanding any data which is a huge data. I showed you that it is a 700 rows data, correct? Now I'm not creating anything of my own. This I have created, right? Now we'll not create anything. We'll just give a prompt. Okay. Now there are some suggestions which is already coming. How I got this? So when you go to the visual gallery, there is one section which is the AI visuals in Power BI, and there is some Q&A. So I'll go to Q&A, and in the Q&A, we have, uh, let's say, how many months names are there, or we want to have some more details about, let's say I want to see the country-wise sales in a bar chart. So I'll say country-wise sales, or we can just say sales by country, or it is gross sales basically. So I'll type gross sale by country. Now, as I type this, it is already giving me the gross sales by each country. So USA is the highest sales, then Canada, France, Germany, Mexico. Okay. If you want sales by product, we can just say country. Instead of country, we can write product also. And it will automatically create a chart for the product. So we have the product by sales. If you want sales by month, so we can say sales by year. So it will show me the year by sales. Now it is showing a line chart. So I don't want it in a line chart, but I want it in bar chart. So I can say, I can just mention bar chart. So you can understand that we are just giving a prompt and it is creating the uh, visuals for us. So there are 2 years data. You can see 2013 sale was just 28 million and it is now goes to 99 million. Okay. So this is how we can work around with this. Now, one more interesting feature which can be used by all of the members, CA members over here is the uh, narrative, or you can say the key influencer. Okay, or let me show you the decomposition tree feature of this application. Now, what I want to do is I want to analyze my sales. I want to increase my sales and I want to analyze how my sales is coming, where my sales is coming from. So which country is giving highest sales, which product is giving highest sales, which segment is giving highest sales, like that. So I have taken sales. Now I'll say explain by, and I want to see the country wise sales. So I'll select country. So now it is giving me the country wise sales. So you will see that tree map is getting formed where we are getting the country sales by each country: USA, Canada, France, Germany, Mexico. Now further, I want to see from which segment are we getting sales after the country. So I will add segment as well. So now it is further giving me segment wise sales. And from the segment, I want to see the product wise. So now it is giving me product wise. And let's say you want to go further. And from the product, you want to see the monthly sales. So you can see the month name. Now you will get the month. Okay. So VTD was sold only in these months. Okay. If you click on any one, it will give you the bifurcation for that. So see how this is analyze the data by creating such kind of visuals, and it does not take much of expertise. You have to just practice this tool. You have to experiment it with it. You need to try out different layouts, and then you will be able to see. We can have a map also. So we can create a map using this, and we can see where are we operating. Suppose there is a big firm who's doing business from different regions, so you can find out like your where is your location and all these things. So we can put the country here in the map, and we can put the size here in the size. So it is showing me the location exactly where we are located. So we can put country again. Okay. So it is showing me the country wise, like where what all where are we present. And if you add the label, it will show you the country name as well. So we'll just add the labels as well, category labels. Now you can see the country name also on the map. So at a glance, we can see that we are based in Canada, USA, Mexico, France, Germany. So this is how you can present the different visuals. Okay. So this is one thing. Now I will take you to one important another aspect of this session where we're talking about implementation of technology or using technology. Okay. So one tool which every CA would be using now is ChatGPT or giving prompt. Okay. But we may not be knowing that we can create some automation using the prompting. Okay. So I'll just take one or two examples where I'm going to show you how you can create some small macros for in Excel, which can help you in creating a good in saving time with work. Okay. So let me showcase that. If we have any questions from any members, we can take those questions also. If I can, if the questions can be shared in the chat, Chandni ma'am, so you can put those questions and I'll be able to.
Sir, I don't
Now,
think we have any questions right now.
okay, no issues, no issues. So let me continue and let me show you the other use cases where it can be helpful. Now, let me share my screen again. So I hope my screen is visible. Ma'am, can you confirm, Chandni?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay, okay. So now, see what happens is we usually save our files on different drives and folders. And when the client is asking for 5 years data or 2 years data or 3 year data, we are wondering where we have saved the file. Okay. It is not available or it is, we are not able to find it, trace it. Now, what can be a alternative or what can be a technical solution to it? The solution can be if we can have a list of all the files at one place, then we can find. Otherwise, if I have to find the file, what I do is I go to my computer, I go to a particular drive, and I check the files. Okay, over there. So now, instead of doing this, let's say I want to look for any data, I'm checking in a folder and I'm looking for whether the name is there or not there. So instead of doing this, what I can do is I can create the list of all the files which are available, okay, on my system so that I can just find the file in the Excel itself. So I'll show you what I have created and then I will also make you understand how you can do this. Okay, this is a very good use case and which can be easily adapted by the members. So now see, here is a button in Excel. This is an Excel sheet. So now when you click on this button, it will ask you to select a folder. Okay, now let me select a folder from my computer and we can select any folder which has the client data or which has our own files. And it will list down all the subfolders and the files in that particular folder. Okay, so let me just select one folder. Let's say I select this folder, which is client master 2425, and I click on OK. Now, if you see this folder, it has only one file, client master data, and this is the Excel file. And now it has a link to open this file. So when I click on open file, it will open the file. So it has opened the file which has the client name. So there are different names which are there in this file. So I could easily get into that file without actually going to the file by creating a list. And the list has come in a different sheet. Again, if I want to use it for some other folder which has a lot of files, I can select that folder also. Let's say 21 days Excel challenge. I select this file and I click on OK. Now, what it is doing is it is creating a list of all the files which is available in the folder. Okay. So it is giving me the drive name, the folder name, the file path, and a link to open that file. Whatever file I want to open, let's say I want to open any PDF file or text file or any other file. Okay, so I want to open this last file. I can just click on open file and it will open the file. Okay. Now you would be wondering how we are able to generate this kind of things. Okay, how we are able to generate the list and which we can be used multiple times. So for this I have created a macro. Now to create a macro, you should know the VBA or the coding. Okay. Now, Prabhav, the earlier speaker, has done a course on Python and he knows the language. But as a commerce or the finance professional, we will not be knowing the coding, right? But nowadays, now after AI and after the advancement in the technology, we need not know any language, any coding language. We can get the code generated through the GPT. So how we can do that? I will show you with an example. So I'll share my Google Chrome screen now and just confirm if that screen is visible. So, ma'am, are you able to see the chat GPT window now? I'm just loading it. Yeah. I hope this window is visible. Chat GPT screen.
Yes, visible.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, see what the members should learn is how to write the prompt. Okay. Now the prompt should comprise of what we want to do. So what we want to do is we want Excel to give us an option to select a file or a folder. When I select any folder, let's say I select automation projects and I click on OK, it should list down all the files which are available in this project. Okay, so it should list down all the files which are available, and I should get a link of the file also to open the file. Okay, now let me show you how we can do this, or what is the prompt to be given to create this kind of file. So first we shall start with by defining the role. So we'll say act as an Excel or VBA expert and generate a VBA code that shall do the following. Okay. Now what we want to do, sorry, I just hit enter. Now it will confirm what you want to do. Okay. So now it is giving some examples. Okay. I did not complete the prompt, but now see how advanced GPT has become. So now what it is saying, generate folders from Excel list all the files and folders on selected drive, automate daily report generation from button click, send emails, create hyperlink in Excel to open corresponding file. What you want to do, right? So it is saying need to describe. I want a macro to prompt the user to select a folder, then list all the files inside the folder in the Excel sheet, along with creation date, file type, and click with hyperlink. So I want to use this. I'll just copy this prompt and we'll just paste it. And let's say enter. Okay. Now, as I click enter, you will see that it is generating a prompt, a code. Okay, and a VBA code is being generated. Now, how to use this code, where to put it? It is already given us. Press Alt F11 to open VBA editor and insert a new module and paste this code. Okay. So, what this code will do? This will ask to select a folder. It will give the file name, the file path, the file type, the creation date, the last date modified. Okay. Now, let me copy this code and now let me go to the Excel file. I'll open a new Excel file, a blank Excel file, and as said, Alt F11 is the key that we need to press. Alt F11, and now we'll go to Insert and Module, and we'll paste this. Okay. Now, once this code is pasted, we have to run this code. Okay. So we had press Alt F11. It opens Visual Basic Editor application. We go to insert and module. This module is inserted. Now we'll click on play button. We'll run this code. Once this code is run, it will ask us to select a folder or a file. Okay. Now you see the window has opened to select a file. Correct? Now let me select a folder from this window and let's say I want to select this data analytics folder and I click on OK. Now, whatever files will be there in this folder, it will all get listed along with a hyperlink to open the file. Okay, it depends on the number of files. If there are more files, it will take time. If there are less files, it will not take much time. Okay, but this will work. Now, how to make this by a click of a button, it should work. Okay, so I'll show you how to add the button also. So let it complete, and then I'll show you how we can save the macro file, how we can use it multiple times, or how we can generate a button on the click of which we should be able to do this. So you can see that now the file listing completed successfully. We'll click on OK. Now it has. Yeah, so now see, it has started loading the file, and now I selected my details. Okay, it has given me the bank statements for different years, receipt, the computation, all these things, and there is a link to open this. So suppose I want to open any file, I can just click on it, and it will open that particular file. Okay, so this is how. So this is a receipt. Okay, so it has opened. Now, how to create. So this we have already seen how to create a button which will run this VBA code. Okay. Because you don't want to go to Alt F11 every time. Okay. And run this code. First, what we should do is we should save this. So when you are going to save this, it is going to ask you to save the Excel file, and we can say file list generation utility. So I want to call it as a utility, which will generate the list of the files. And when you are saving it, you should save it as a Excel in macro enabled workbook because it is running a macro. So we can save this file. So it will save this file. And now I will insert a button to run this code. Okay. So now I'll go to developer tab. And in the developer tab, we will select insert and a button. And from this button, we can run this macro. So it is asking me which is the macro. This is the macro. I'll select this and click on OK. And we will say generate file list. Now, when I click on this button, again it will run the macro. And I can select any other folder. Let's say I select this bank audit and click on OK. So it will generate all the list of the files which are there in the bank audit. So these are 3 files which are there. So it is showing me all the files, the date created, and the date modified. If I add any other file and run this, it will show me that file also. So let's say if I want to open this file, I can go to this link and open it directly. We don't have to go to the folder and open it. We can open the file directly from Excel. Now this all was possible. So this is the folder which has got open, the file which has got open. Okay. Now this is one example. Now one last example I'll take of email automation. Okay. So how you can send bulk reminders to your client. Okay. Using GPT or using this AI. So that will also be helpful when we want to get any data. The audit season is there, and you want to send the reminder for getting the data or things in your GST practice. Also, we require to send a lot of communication, email communication. So that can also be automated. And I'll show you one example. For that, we are going to use the Google Sheets. So Google Sheet is a alternative or a substitute of Excel, you can say. And when we are working on cloud, or you want to work with your team and everyone is working on the same data set, you can create a Google Sheet and you can share the access with everyone so that everyone is on the same page and they can see the uh, file and use it. Okay. So what I'm doing is I will be sharing one example which I already created, and I'll show you how you can send auto emails to your clients. So the idea is to showcase what are the different tools available and what are the different methodology to automate our work and to minimize time which we spend on activities. So I will just open a file which is already existing on my drive. So it is due days compliance tracker. Okay. Now I have put some email IDs over here, which has my email ID also, and there is a compliance to be made, and this is the due date. Okay. Now since 20th April has already passed, I put 24th because we are today at 23rd. Okay. Now is Chandni ma'am there? Ma'am, you're there?
Yes, 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 sir.
Okay. Can you just tell me your email ID, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, sir. It's CA
Yeah, CA.
Chandni Tolani, CHANDNI, sir, DNI.
DNI. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Tolani @ gmail.com.
okay, ma'am. So what I've done is in the list of my clients, I've added her name. Okay, and I'll just correct the spelling. Don't have A, right? Chandni Tolani. Okay. So I've added your name, ma'am. This is the table which you already created. It has client name, it has email ID, it has compliance to be made, and the due date. Now I'll just click on send email reminders and just confirm whether you get an email from me or not. So I'll show you my email also, Gmail, and you will see that a mail will be received, and it will come from aloksethi.ai@gmail.com, right? So on a click of a button, all these people whose email IDs are there, they should get an email. So we are going to send, we are going to see how you can email sending. So I have got this mail 0 minute ago, 146 pay, which is saying, Mr. Alok, request you to comply with the requirements of the file to file the form for the system as possible. There is the attachment also. Okay. Attached reminder. Okay. So this is how you can automate your email sending process. Now, how we create this? Okay. So to do this, I had created generated a prompt and given it to ChatGPT, okay, for bulk email sending. Okay, so I'll just show you. So I'll just show you the prompt, and it will generate a code. Now, see this, you can create this table. Now we go to extension, and in the extension there is a section called as app script. Chandni ma'am, you got the mail?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in the app script, you will see that I've written a script over here. I'll show you on my GPT also. In the history, you will see the script. So I can search for that app script. Yeah, automating Google Sheet with as script. Okay. So now I go to this. Now see, it is giving me the this thing. I'll just show you the prompt as well. See, in this extension, I went to the Google Sheet again, and in the extension, we need to put this code. Okay. This code is generated by GPT, and what this code is doing is it is reading the data from my Google Sheet and it is sending mails. Okay, and to get this, I'll show you the prompt which I have created. I think it was there on my whole drive. See, what you need to do is you need to give a prompt to your ChatGPT that you read the data from the file and send emails. Okay, so automated email report, you can do this also. It can read the reports and send emails. So whatever you want to get done, you can just write a prompt and it will give you the code. Whatever code you get, you need to put it in the app script and then simply run it. Okay. So to create this button, again, you can go to insert and drawing and you can put a text card over here and we can send it. Send reminder. Okay. And I just close this. Now this has come over here. We can move this text card over here. Okay. And in these three buttons, three dots, you will have an option of assign script. Now, whatever script we have written, okay, you will see the name of the script over here. Send user reminders. We can copy the script name. We can put it here. And this script get assigned to this button. Now, when you click on this, it will again run the script and you will get the email. Okay. So the point is how to write the prompt so that you get this script. So simply you have to mention that this is a table. You can put a screenshot of this and write down that I want to send the emails on this particular email IDs, giving the subject as GST3B reminder, and the body should be that kindly submit your data so that we can proceed with the refiling. So this once done, you will get the output. Okay. Now, uh, I think now I would like to take up if any questions are there or anything from the participants. Or Chanil, when we want to discuss something, we can talk about it.
No questions. Madam, you can proceed right now.
Sure, sir. All right. So, sir, I understand that there are no questions from the audience, so perhaps I believe that probably you have already answered them during the session itself, or, yeah, you have given us so much to think about that we are still processing the things. So,
Yes,
sir,
yes, yes.
we shall conclude. And, as we move towards the valedictory part of the session, my dear friends, let me first express my heartfelt gratitude to Alok sir and Prabhav sir. So thank you so much for those highly informative and knowledge rich sessions, I would say, sir. So your deliberations today have not only given us a conceptual understanding, but also the real world practical takeaways as to especially the demonstration of the wide ranging use cases of Gemini, Power BI, and Excel. So, sir, I believe that you have truly demonstrated as to how these tools can enhance data automation and data driven decision making, which is highly critical these days in today's dynamic and competitive landscape. So we truly appreciate the time, the knowledge and the clarity with which you have addressed the topic. So on behalf of Professional Skills Enrichment Committee of ICI, sir, we are truly grateful to you for sparing your valuable time to enlighten the members. My dear friends, as I draw this webinar to a close, my utmost gratitude to the PSEC team for organizing these timely and impactful webinars. My sincere gratitude to all the attendees for actively participating in today's webinar. So, let's continue to stay updated, stay curious, and stay digitally equipped. With this, we conclude. Wishing you all a wonderful day ahead. Thank you.
Thank, thank you so much.